The Canon 50mm f1.8 lens, or Nifty 50 as it is quite often known, consistently receives good write-ups and reviews, and whilst it is a good lens, it is not a great lens. If there's one thing I have noticed about Canon 50mm f1.8 lens reviews, it is that they never mention the bad points and only highlight the good bits. No lens is perfect, and I can assure you the Canon 50mm f1.8 isn't either. Yep, this lens does have some bad points, and these are what I am going to highlight in this short clip. The first bad point about this lens is the build quality, which is quite frankly shocking. Other than the metal lens mount, this lens is made entirely from plastic, and low grade plastic at that. This lens not only feels cheap and nasty, but it looks it too. This lens looks more like a child's toy than a serious bit of photography equipment. The second bad point is the sharpness, and at f1.8 this lens is very soft. The sharpness does get better if you stop the lens down, but given people buy this lens to shoot at wide apertures, this kind of defeats the objective of this lens. I appreciate the sharpness is subjective, and what I consider soft, another photographer may consider acceptably sharp, but in my opinion, this lens is unacceptably soft, used wide open. The third bad point about this lens is the autofocus. It is slow, clunky and noisy. The noise really doesn't matter that much, but the speed of the autofocus does. Shooting moving subjects, even slow moving ones, is a real chore with this lens, and you do miss a lot of shots. The fourth bad point is the manual focused ring. It's tiny and fiddly and makes manual focusing much tougher than it really ought to be. The fifth bad point is that there is a learning curve in order to get the best out of this lens. This lens is aimed at beginners, yet it is quite difficult to get good shots, and your first attempts with it are likely to be disappointing. With this lens, it really is a case of practice makes perfect. These bad points may or may not affect your decision to buy a Canon 50mm f1.8 lens. It depends on your personal circumstances, your photography style, your expectations and what you want to achieve with it. Hopefully this short clip has given you a little food for thought, and also some negatives to weigh up against all the positives that I'm sure you have read and heard about with the Canon 50mm f1.8 lens.